So welcome back to Pilates by Georgia. For this 15-minute Pilates class, you need a long band or whatever other equipment that feels good in your body you can grab now. And then we're gonna start lying down onto that back. So extend your legs all the way out, turn your palms to face the ceiling, and just start to breathe. Start to come into that breath. Big deep inhales through your nose, exhales through your mouth. Let your shoulders roll back. And let the weight of gravity just melt your body in towards the floor. Start to do a quick little body scan. Ask yourself how you're feeling today, how your body feels, where in your body is tight, where are you sore, where do you feel really good? And just ask yourself those questions. Start to notice, start to create that body awareness. Let's hug those knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. You can rock back and forth on that spine, letting go of any tension that you might be holding in that lower back. We start all of my classes off opening up that body, stretching our body out, inviting space before we work into that strength. Let's drop our feet onto the floor so that they're mat distance apart. So bring your feet pretty wide here. And then just start to bring your knees over to one side. And then take them up and over to the other. And just getting those hips to move. Again, little stretch for that lower back, making this feel good. You can move as fast or as slow as you'd like. Slower is probably going to feel a little bit better. And feel free to hang out on one side or the other. Good. Big deep inhale. Big exhale. And then the next time that your knees are pointed towards the left, hold it there. Bring your arms out to a T or to a goalpost position. And you can look over towards the right. Letting that neck stretch out. Good. And then let's bring our knees up and over to the other side. Noticing how it feels from side to side. You can look over towards the left. Make sure that that right shoulder isn't lifting up off of the floor. Good. From here, let's place both feet back down onto the ground. Tick-tock your feet in and bring them all the way close together. And then open up your knees. You can take your hands wherever feels good for you and just let the weight of gravity start to open up through those inner thighs. Let those knees just reach down towards the floor and make sure that your back isn't arching. So you might need to do a little gentle scoop of that tailbone, and that'll help you stretch out through those inner thighs a little bit more instead of just arching through your back. If your back does start to really arch in this exercise, it's just a sign that you're really tight in this area and you might need to lengthen your legs a little bit further away from you. Good. And then from here, let's place our feet back down onto the floor. Now just open up that right knee, like you're gonna do a butterfly position just on that right side. Take your left hand beside your left hip and slide that right toe underneath your left foot, grabbing onto that right foot. So your left hand's grabbing onto that right foot, and that right knee is just melting towards the floor. So you should be feeling this in your quadricep on that right side. To make it a little bit more intense, you're just gonna find that little tuck of your tailbone, maybe a little squeeze of your glutes while pushing that right knee down towards the floor. And that's just gonna help stretch out through your hip flexor and then into the front of that thigh a little bit more. Good. One more big deep breath here. And then come back through center, take that right leg, cross it over top of that left. So you're crossing that right ankle over top of that left knee. You can stay here, or you can grab underneath the back of that left hamstring, pulling the shape in towards your chest. Now you can rock back and forth. I kind of encourage you, or highly encourage you to rock back and forth just really subtly. So noticing different areas of your hip when you just gently change the distribution of weight in your body. So changing the stretch from the thigh into the outer hip of the right leg. Good. And then from here, let's bring both of those feet back down to the ground. Start to open up that left leg. We're going to repeat everything on the other side. And then take that left foot, thread it underneath the right, and grab onto that left foot with your right hand. Give that foot a gentle pull, and then you should start to feel the stretch in the front of that thigh. Again, you can take a gentle tuck of that tailbone. Good. Big deep inhale. Big deep exhale. This one can be pretty intense. We don't often stretch out our quads. We don't often stretch as much as we should in general, but I find my quads get really, really tight. And this one feels so good. And then from here, you're gonna uncurl that leg and place that left ankle on top of that right leg. Flexing into that left foot, you can stay here. Or again, you can grab onto the back of that right hamstring. Make sure your shoulders don't start to take in any tension as you pull that hamstring in toward your chest. Again, try to rock side to side, even just a little bit, or it should be just a little bit. And notice what you feel. Notice what areas of your glutes start to stretch out a little bit more. This is our last little bit of stretching, and then we're gonna get right into our work. Good. All right, from here, hug both of those knees back into your chest. Give yourself one last tight little squeeze. And then place both of those feet down onto the ground. Take your hands onto your lower belly so that your palms of your hands are onto your hip bones and your thumbs are just underneath your belly button. From here, tuck that tailbone under, come into your imprinted spine. Your fingertips are gonna look up towards the sky. And then exhale, let that go. Rock yourself back into your neutral spine. So there's a little pocket of air underneath your lower back. And again, tuck that tailbone. Start to engage your core to lift that pelvis up. And then exhale, let that go. So feel as though there's a belly button underneath your lower back and you're squishing that belly button when you find that imprint. Keep this going at your own time. And this is supposed to feel good. We're start to generate the contraction in our core here. So feel your transverse abdominis pull together to tilt that pelvis up. And then exhale, let that go. This next time, place your hands down onto the floor beside you, tuck that tailbone under, and push into those feet. Slowly start to lift your spine up off of the mat, one bone at a time, until you're in the very top of a bridge. In this bridge, your transverse abdominis is still working to stitch those ribs together so the back is really flat. Starting at the very top of your spine here, you're gonna melt yourself down so that pelvis is the last thing to touch. And then you just keep that going on your own time here, tucking that tailbone under, rolling up. We're trying to get that spine to move like it's a slinky. So we're promoting flexibility in that spine. So many of us hold so much tension in that lower back because we don't really stretch out our spine or think about stretching out our spine. So Pilates is all about promoting flexibility and pliability in that spine to protect us through back injuries, but for injuries in any part of our body. Everything is connected. Good. Alrighty, one more time, all the way up, all the way down. See if you can feel each and every vertebrae lifting up and then coming back down. Peel yourself all the way down, find your neutral spine, and then hold your neutral spine. So you have that little pocket of air underneath your low back. This is the natural position of our spine. Let's lift both of those arms up towards the sky, and then inhale, lift that right leg up to tabletop, lift that left leg up to meet. Okay, hold it here, glue those knees together. So your knees are right in line with those hips. Flip those palms so that those palms are facing towards your knees, and then take your hands onto your knees. Give your shoulders a nice big roll. Start to push your arms into your legs into your hands. Maintaining that neutral spine, you push, 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 push. Close your eyes and push as hard as you possibly can for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let that go. You can let your heels drop down towards your bum, shake that out. I can hardly talk when I do that, so you should be pushing really hard. Let's do that 2 more times. Bring those legs up towards the tabletop position. Push those hands into those knees into your hands. Here we go. You push, 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 push. You can flex into your feet if that helps you. Breathe for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Exhale, let that go. Alrighty, we have that one more time. Big deep inhale, big deep exhale. This time you have the option of curling your head off of the floor. Your eyes are looking at your knees. Maintain that neutral spine. Start to push. Push, 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 push as hard as you can. Your arms are working, your legs are working. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let that go. Shake out your legs. Reach your arms back up towards the sky. Bring your legs back into that tabletop position. From here, we're going to come into a head curl. Lift your head up, reach your fingertips towards those heels and start to pump those arms. So finding our Pilates 100, we pump, 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 pump. Your arms are reaching so long that your triceps turn on here. Maintaining that neutral spine so that that pelvis isn't moving. Now keep on pumping your arms. Extend that right leg out. Keep on pumping your arms. Bring that right leg in. Keep pumping. Extend that left leg. So good. Keep pumping, bring it in. Now start to switch those legs. So we switch, 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 switch. Meanwhile, you're pumping those arms. This is kind of like the rubbing your belly and patting your head at the same time. You've got 4, you've got 3, you've got 2. And then last time here, hug those knees in towards your chest. Let that go. Rock back and forth on your spine. All right, lift those hands back up to the sky. Bring your legs back into that tabletop position. Split your legs so that they're hip distance apart. And then again, maintain that 90-degree angle behind that knee. Start to tap that right toe down to the ground without letting the space underneath your low back change. And then we switch to the left. So finding that nice, powerful inhale and exhale. And becoming really aware of what our pelvis and what our back is doing. If the volume of air underneath your spine starts to increase, then you just dial back your range. Your toe does not have to touch the floor. We want to work the deepest layer of our core here, our transverse abdominis. That's what's pulling our leg back in through center. Good, you've got 3. You've got 2. And then you have one last time here. Now take your left hand, place it onto your left knee, start to push into that side. This time you're gonna take that right arm back, extend that right leg long, and then pull it right back in. Keep going, reach it long. Pull it right back in. Again, you're maintaining that little pocket of air underneath your lower back. Keep pushing into that left knee. And if that left hip flexor is really screaming at you, you're just gonna drop your heel to your bum, but you're gonna keep that push going. Okay, 2 more. And then this time here, you're gonna keep your right leg and right arm extended. Now start to tap that straight leg up so that your arm and your leg taps. And then lower right back down. So straight arm, straight leg, bring it right back up through center. And then drop it down. Good, 2 more. Amazing. Last time here. Good, hug those knees in towards your chest. Give those hips a little roll. So nice. Okay, from here, bring those legs back up into that tabletop position. Reach those arms up. Big inhale, big exhale, come into a head curl position. So before we go into the second side, take your hands, bring them behind your head. Let that head rest heavy in your hands. Switch those legs. So you switch, 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 switch. We're just shaking out through those hip flexors here. You've got 4. This is kind of like a single leg stretch. Into. And then last time here, come back through center. Bring those legs together. Lower your head down. Reach those arms up. Right hand goes to that right knee. Drop that left toe down. Lift it up. Good. Take it down. Lift it up. 2 more. All right, last time here. This time you extend that left leg and that left arm. So you reach it out on the diagonal, pull it right back in. Good, find that exhale as you bring everything back in. Keep pushing into that right arm. So that right arm is working. 2 more. Okay, last time here, hold it out on that diagonal, and then that straight leg, straight arm comes up and drops right back down. Nice work. You keep that going. And remember, if that right hip flexor is really bugging you, you drop that heel to your bum. 2 more times. Okay, last time here. Now you're gonna keep that left leg at a diagonal. Take your hands, wrap them around that right knee, pull it in towards your chest, come into a head curl position. Here we go. Now we find that full single leg stretch. So switch those legs. Switch, 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 switch. Really nice. So you're pulling that knee into your chest, and that is going to stretch out that hip flexor, or release it, I should say. Good. You have 4. You have 3. You have 2. You have 1. Drop that down. Hug those knees in towards your chest. Let that go. Really, really nice. Okay, take that band, and that band is gonna go around those feet. Take those feet all the way down to the ground, and then stretch those heels all the way out long. So now we're holding into that band on either side of us. We're gonna work into our roll ups here. So push those heels down into the floor. That band is there to help you. Big deep inhale, big deep exhale. Curl your chin in towards your chest. Look at those toes, and then slowly start to peel yourself up all the way. Round forward here, and just walk up the band. Stay in this stretch for just a moment, and use that band to help you pull your chest down. So you should be feeling the stretch in your hamstrings. And then feel as though you're wearing a belt and someone's grabbing onto that belt and pulling your lower back back. So we're trying to create that curved position, not just a hinge or like a lean back kind of roll. Okay, from here, you choose the resistance of your band. Tuck that tailbone under, maintain the shape of your spine without your shoulders creeping up. Keep your shoulders soft. Slowly, slowly, slowly roll all the way down 1 bone at a time. So we're still keeping that articulation. And then inhale, tuck your chin towards your chest, look at your toes, curl up, find that stretch right at the top. And there is no rush to this. So you move as slow as you need to move to feel each one of those vertebrae tap down. Really nice. You can use the band as much or as little as you'd like. Whatever you're doing though, push those heels down and towards the floor. So those feet don't want to be jumping up when you start to lift up or down. Good, give me a couple more here. And if you want to try the last couple without the band, go for it. All right, 1 more time. Really nice, you guys. Come all the way up to stay. And then from here, flex into those feet. Drop that band if you have that band. Split those legs so that they're mat distance apart. Now, if you can't quite sit all the way up onto those bony sit bones, you're just gonna bend those knees slightly until you can. We're gonna do our spine stretch forward. So reach those arms forward. Now it's like someone's punching you in the belly button. So big deep inhale, and then on our exhale, we round forward. Here we go, big inhale, exhale, round forward. And then you stack that spine up and you keep that going. Exhale, you round forward, stack that spine. Now it's like you're sitting against a wall here. So when you stack back up or when you round forward, you're not rounding back into that ball. You're going up and over, like you're a wave crashing over the ocean. And this is a breathing exercise. 2 more. Good, last time here. Stay lifted, bring your hands onto your shoulders, sit up really nice and tall, and then allow those hands to push those shoulders down your back. And again, you can take a little bend into your knees if you can't quite sit onto those bony sit bones. From here, we're gonna find our saw. So lock in that core. Let's twist over towards that right knee. Your left elbow is reaching towards that right knee, and then we stack our spine all the way up, twist back through center. Other side, you twist, you dive, you stack, center. So twist, dive, stack, and center. So we're getting rotation, flexion, articulation in that spine in this one exercise. And if you have the space, you can reach your arms all the way long here. 1 more time, either side. All right, one last time. Twist, flexion, stack, center. Reach those arms, grab onto that band. Okay, bend into those feet. And then just scoot yourself forward. Your feet are at your end of the mat. Take that band into your hands. Pinkies are out, your wrists are flat here. That's really important. Now sit up as tall as you can, right onto those bony sit bones. Tuck that tailbone under, find that articulation again, just leading with the lowest part of our spine. Roll about halfway back. Good, and then inhale, stack that spine, lift those arms. So like someone is pulling onto those fingertips and pulling you out of water. That's how long you want to feel your spine getting as you stack that spine on top of each other. So we're going for maybe even a little bit of gentle extension. Good, and moving really slow here. Again, working through that articulation. So your transverse abdominis does exactly what it sounds like. It squeezes transversely, so it brings your ribs together. It's like a corset is around that waist, and you're just cinching it tighter and tighter and tighter. So I want you to think about contracting that throughout this entire class. All right, last time here. You're gonna hold it about halfway down. You're gonna find a place where this is a lot of work, but you can also work from it, so you're not struggling. Feel as though there's an ice cube on that belly button, so engage that transverse abdominis. Arms are nice and long. Now extend those arms up and down, up and down. So your arms aren't coming all the way up overhead. They're coming so that those biceps are in front of your cheekbones. So just coming to a diagonal position, or else you're gonna be opening up through your rib cage. Draw your shoulders down your back, and you should start to feel this into your shoulders. Keep pushing out into that band. Good, now last time here, hold your arms about halfway up, find a little pulse. Up, up, up. Again, that ice cube is on that belly button. You're retracting away from it. Good, left, left. You've got 4, 3, nice, last 2. Now last time here, hold, grab into that right hand and then start to twist towards the right. Bring it right back through center, same side. So you twist and then right back through center. Notice what's happening in those knees here. So those knees aren't moving, they're staying steady. We want to dissociate our upper body from our lower body. So we're twisting in that waist, not in those hips. Okay, 2 more. Last time here, hold it back, start to pulse. Back, back. Good, so you're twisting in that spine and pulling that right elbow back. Nice, last 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands come through center, stack that spine, lift those arms up, nice and slow. Repeat. Good. Now if your hip flexors are really taking over, you can open up those knees as you lift up and then just close them as you start to sit. Again, moving nice and slow, finding that release in our spine. Shoulders should stay working. Now notice if those shoulders have started to lift up, or if you started to feel any pain or uncomfortableness. I mean, it should be kind of uncomfortable, but it shouldn't be painful in that neck. If you do, drop that band and do the rest of this without a band. Okay, last time here. Hold it once again, halfway back. Now just lift those hands. Take it up and down. So those knuckles are facing to the sky. Up and down, really nice. Okay, 2 more. Last time, find a little pulse, so hold it about halfway up. Your knuckles lift up. Up, have your shoulders started to lift, drop them down, shake out that neck. Draw that belly button back towards your spine even more if you can. You've got 4, 3, 2, left arms turn. Grab into that left hand. You start to pull to the left. Bring it right back through center. Good, you pull and center. My core is quivering so much here. Yours should be too. You've got 3. You've got 2. Last time here. Now start to find that little pulse. Push it back, 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 back. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Bring those hands back through center. Stack that spine all the way up. And then exhale, bring it right back down. This is where we're ending. Give me 2 more times like that. All right, 1 last time. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, take it down and just hold. Big deep inhale, big deep exhale, just holding. Close your eyes, go to your happy place. Check in with yourself. Can you draw your belly button back even deeper? You've got 4. You've got 3. You've got 2. You've got 1. Stack your spine all the way up, ditch that bend. We're gonna do a little bit of rolling. So start to bring your bum close towards those heels. I am terrible at rolling, so I'm always a bad example. But it's the principle that matters. You're gonna grab onto your ankles, bring your toes up, and then slide your toes in here. So we've been working on articulation a lot through this class. Elbows are gonna come nice and wide, so that spine should be nice and flexible, a little bit more pliable than when we started out with. Let's lift those toes off of the ground and then engage that lower core. So we're trying to round that back as much as we can, pulling our knees in towards our chest. Now I just want you to roll back just an inch. So just a little inch, feel your core catch, and then roll up just an inch. Good. Roll back just an inch, feel that core catch, and then roll up just an inch. Nice work. 2 more. Nice. Now I want you to think about having this control when we go into our rolling. This is your last time. All right, when you're ready, elbows wide, using those arms here, roll back towards the shelf of your shoulders, and then up, catch yourself, toes stay lifted, and then you just keep on going. So that lump, that clump that you feel in your spine, that's what we're trying to minimize. That's what we're trying to erase. And this one's hard. I think this one is hard. But this is such a great exercise because it tells you the flexibility in your spine and where are areas that you need to work. 2 more. It's also just kind of fun. All right, 1 last time. Okay, stay lifted, toes hovering. From here, take your hands behind your hamstrings. See if you can keep your toes lifted, and then pull your shoulder blades together. So now we have that straight spine. Use your arms here. Your biceps are working, pulling your knees in. Let's lift both of those legs up. So now we're in a teaser position. Nice work. Okay, from here, see if you can reach one arm out, reach the other arm out, hold. Let's start to drop that right toe down any amount and then lift it right back up. And if that just doesn't work for you, you keep grabbing onto that hamstring and your arms are just guiding that leg down and up. So just that right leg. You have 3. You have 2. All right, last time here. Now switch it over to the left side. Drop that left toe, left. We're not here for long. And then we're gonna move on from our core for a little bit. You have 4. You have 3. Nice, last 2. Okay, last time here, hold up, stay lifted. Maybe you extend your arms to a diagonal. Maybe you extend your legs, maybe not. Maybe you hold on to the back of your legs. Hold it for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Now find control coming out of this. Grab onto the back of your hamstrings, bend your leg, bend your legs, cross at those ankles, and then come into an all fours position. Okay, so in our tabletop, we've done a lot for that spine. Let's just flesh things out a little bit. Finding a couple of cat-cows, so round through that back, eyes gaze down through those legs, pushing those shoulder blades apart. And then exhale, let that go. Coming into a gentle extension. Remember, if you feel any pain or crunching in that low back, you've gone too far. When you come into that extension, I still want your core to be engaged, so you're not just letting those ribs flare, just so that we can always protect through that lower back. Too many people feel these kind of exercises in that lower back, and it's because they have no contraction in that core at all. So I like to tell everyone our core is the most important muscle in our body because I think that it is. Because it protects everything. It stabilizes everything. Make sure that spine is in the correct position. Make sure our pelvis is in the correct position, which helps to line up our knees, minimize hip pain and knee pain as well. Okay, last time. Let's find that neutral spine, tuck those toes, and then big deep inhale, big deep exhale, hover those knees up off of the floor. So it's just a hover in those legs. You're gonna feel this a little bit in those quads and a lot in that core. It's again, this is all transverse abdominis. Let's find a little tap down of those knees. Tap this down and lift, down and lift, really good. We're not here for too long. Little bend in those elbows. Give me 4, 3, nice, last 2. Now last time here, hold that hover position, start to drop that head down, tuck that tailbone under, rounding into that spine, and then lift your hips up, drop those heels down, and you should just feel a gorgeous stretch in the backs of those legs. Big inhale from here, lift both of those heels up, bend into those knees, round that spine, round, 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 round until those knees are just hovering off of the ground. Then you flatten that back, head is the last to arrive. Hold your tabletop position with those knees hovering, good, and then tuck that chin. Start to lift those hips up, finding that articulation again. We're moving slow. Heels are the last thing to drop. Good, so you're trying to find that rippling sensation in that spine. Nice. So not only is this work for our core, but we're also firing up those shoulders just a little bit. Okay, one last time. So nice. And then last time here, we're gonna hold that hovering tabletop position. We're gonna find those obliques just a little bit more. So you're gonna take both of those knees over towards the right. And then you come through center, and then you take it left. And then you come center, and then right. So it's just a little shift over. Heels are still in line with those toes. Shoulders are still in line with those wrists. Good. You've got 4. You've got 3. Last 2. So nice. Last time here. Hold, and then drop your knees down. Push back, find a child's pose position. Shake out those wrists. Give them a few circles here. Nice big inhale, nice big exhale. And then come back up to an all fours position. Let's stretch out those wrists a little bit more. So you're gonna take the palms or the back of your hands onto the mat. Now you're not gonna put all of your weight into it, obviously, so you're just gonna start to lean back a little bit. This looks really freaky watching someone else doing it. I apologize, maybe you don't watch me doing this. I also have weirdly flexible wrists. But you put as much pressure as you want. And if this isn't enough, you're gonna start to make a fist with those hands. I know it looks so freaky watching someone else do it. Okay, sit back onto those heels, shake out those wrists, good work. From here, placing those hands back down onto the floor, you're gonna start to extend that left arm in front of you. That right leg goes back. Lifting both of those limbs up and then dropping that right hip down, and then that core, again, number one thing. Now start to draw that knee in towards that elbow, rounding that spine, and then extending right back out. And it does not matter about the height. If that leg is any higher than your hip, I can guarantee you're arching into that back and your core can engage more. So it's more about the length, seeing how long you can reach that right leg back behind you. Nice work. Okay, 2 more. Good, finding that exhale as you squeeze your limbs together. Nice, and then last time here. Hold everything out, and then I want you to take that left forearm down to the ground. Okay, so put a little bit of weight to the left side of your body, and now the back of your heel is lifted. I want you to flip your leg so that your pinky toe is lifted. So now your hip opens, and then just flip your hip down, and then flip your hip up. So the back of our heel is up, and then the back of our pinky. So we're just finding a little bit of rotation in that hip. Our hips are very interesting muscles. They can move in so many different directions, but we hardly work them in all the different directions that we can work. So there's about 4 or 5 muscles in and around the hip joint that does this action, and we don't usually work them. But we gotta keep them strong to avoid hip replacements and avoid hip pain in general. All right, last time here, let's hold that pinky toe up. Now still think about that core. Start to bring that right knee in towards your right elbow and then reach it all the way back long. Good, so you start to pull it in and then you reach it right back long. Good, 3 more. Last 2, really notice if you're dumping into that left side or if that low back is taking any pain. Last time here. Good, hold that leg long behind you, pinky toe up, find a little pulse. Little lift, up, 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 squeezing into the side of that bum in that top corner. Now your oblique should be on fire here. Good, little squeeze, squeeze. You've got 4. You have 3. Last 2. Okay, last time here, that toe is going to touch the ground. Keep it down onto the ground and then take that left foot, step it behind that right. Take that right arm all the way up towards the sky and then take that right hand behind your head. Now start to close that right elbow down and then open it right back up. Now you can keep that bottom leg onto the floor if your side planks work better for you on your knees. There's no right, there's no wrong. Listen to your body. You do not have to do what I do. Okay, 2 more. Last time here, hold that elbow lifted and just start to pulse into those hips. Little lift, lift. So good for 4, for 3, last 2. And last time here, transition into a forearm plank and then find that position. Stack your shoulders in line with those elbows, squeeze your butt cheeks together, pull your kneecaps towards those hip bones and just start to rock backwards and forwards on those toes. So it's like we're doing a saw here. Or a leg pull front, but just on both feet. 4 more, 3 more, last 2. And then last time here, lower your knees down to the ground and then lower your chest all the way down to the ground. So now we're lying on our bellies. Grab onto that band once again. Take that band into your hands and then reach your forehead long. Drop your chest down onto the floor. Give your shoulders a nice big roll. Push the shoelace sides of your feet down into the floor. Squeeze your lats so your shoulder blades are pulling towards your hip bones. Under armpit muscles are working. Keep your hands onto the floor. Big deep inhale, big exhale. Lift yourself up off of the floor. So just your head, just your upper body. And then lower yourself right back down. Good. So as you lift up here, again, think about those lats. Bringing your shoulder blades towards your hip bones. And your knuckles are just dragging across the ground. Pinky fingers are pushing out, so you're not having some weird cocking in those wrists. Okay, last time here. Keep your upper body up. Now again, core has to work so that we don't feel this in our lower back. Let's start to lift both of those arms up and then drop them right back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. You've got 3. We're not in this one for too long. 2. Good. Last time here. Hold everything up. Now pulse those knuckles up. It's really, really small. You have 4. You have 3. Last 2. Now last time here, move your arms and your upper body together. So you lower everything down, lift everything back up. Lower down and lift. All right, last time here. Good, now just push that band out. Push it out, 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 out. Last 4, last 3, last 2, last 1. Lower down. Take that band behind your back. So you're going to grab onto that band and then again hold it tight, just shoulder distance apart. From here, push your shoelace sides of your feet into the ground, engage your quads, turn that core on, lift your upper body up, reach those hands. Exhale, lower back down. So you might start to feel more of a stretch here, an openness in the front of that body. 2 more. We're also going to start to feel this a tiny little bit in those triceps. Last time here, hold it up. Now lift those arms up as high as you can. We're going to find a little bend press in those arms. So little bend in those elbows, extend. Little bend, extend. bend, extend, and we're thinking triceps here. It is very subtle and it's very intense. Make sure those elbows aren't winging out, so you're trying to keep them nice and narrow. Good work. For 4, 3, last 2, last time here. Now just find a pulse with straight arms. Up, up. Can you lift your chest up any higher? Engage that core. Good. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Open up through those collarbones. 4, 3, nice. Last 2. So good. Little bend press, little faster. In, out, in, out. This is it. This is all. In, out. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that band, bring it beside you, push back, find a child's pose position. Grab a sip of water. If you need to, reach those hands forward, drop that chest down. Good. Alrighty, from here, we're cruising into the end of class. So let's come back up into that all fours position. Finishing off with the second side, but again, let's just find a couple cat-cows to kind of release that spine. Tucking that tailbone under, exhale, letting that go. Good, doing that just a few more times. Maybe moving those hips from side to side if that's what your spine needs at this point in class. And then let's find that neutral spine. Okay, this time that left leg is going back. Your right arm is coming up, lifting them up, keeping that right hip down, so not opening it up, and then bringing that elbow in towards your knees, rounding through that spine, and then reaching it back as long as you can. And again, there's 2 people. One's pulling on your toe, one's pulling on your fingertips. You're growing long, long, long. Making yourself as small as you can when you bring those limbs together. Breathing, thinking about that control, that concentration. You're not falling over to one side or the other, trying to keep your balance on opposite limbs. Okay, 3 more. Last 2. And then last time here, reach that leg out nice and long, and then take that right forearm down onto the floor. Lean a little bit over to the right, not too much here. And then again, our heel is looking up at the sky. Now open up that hip so that pinky toe looks up. And then close that leg. Good. And then you open it back up and you close. Again, working the internal and external rotators of that hip. A little muscles here. That glute med and that glute min are working on that standing leg as well. So on that right leg, so you might start to feel that hip. 1, because we've already worked it. 2, because that glute med and our glute min hold us up when we stand on one leg. Good, and then last time here, open that pinky toe to the sky. Now start to drag that left knee in towards your left elbow, and then reach it away. Again, thinking about your core. You're squeezing rib to hip on that left side. No rush here, keep it slow. So good. After this exercise, we are stretching. So don't give up on me now. You've got 3 more. Good, last 2. And then last time here, hold that leg long and start to pulse it up. Little lift. Lift, keep it slow, and try to keep that hip open as much as you can. We still have a side plank on this side. Almost forgot about it, but I didn't. Thank goodness, because we all love side planks, right? 3, 2, and 1. That left foot comes down. You're on that left forearm. Take that right leg in front of your left, and then lift up. Left arm comes behind your ear. You take that elbow down. You reach it right back up, so it's really slow. You're twisting in that spine, and then opening it right back up. Good, remember you can keep that bottom knee down. All right, give me 1 more. Hold it up. Now find a little pulse, little lift up, up, up here all the way till the end. Last 4, last 3, last 2, last time. Drop those hips down so nice. Bend into those knees and just come into a seated position. Okay, from here, open those arms up wide. Flip that right arm up towards the sky and then bend up and over towards the left. Finding a nice little mermaid stretch. From here, we're just going to start to draw circles with that right hand. So you're going to bring that right arm forward, reach that spine back, and then open this all the way back up. Good, and move slow. Milk this exercise. Make it feel nice. Good. Okay, last time here. And let's switch sides. Swinging those feet around, other side. Bringing those arms up to a T, flipping those palms to the sky, and then lifting up and over to the right. So we're trying to stretch out through all of the intercostal muscles here, the muscles that hold your ribs together. Let's start to add some movement, drawing circles in that spine. So when you round forward, you're looking for the flexion in that spine. Good. 2 more. Nice, last time here. And then let's sit all the way back up. Plant your feet down onto the mat and start to roll yourself all the way back down here, nice and slow. Good, let's grab onto that band, bending both of those feet down onto the floor. Let's take that right leg into that band. Our favorite stretch, my favorite stretch by far. And then slowly just start to extend that leg up towards the sky. Getting that nice stretch for your hamstrings. I cannot teach a class with the long bands without doing this stretch because I love it so much. So just allow yourself to settle here. We don't have much time in this stretch, so we're not going to do very much. If there's a particular part of the stretch that you really like, whether that's externally or internally rotating that foot or taking that leg across your body, stretching out that IT band, or over towards the same side, stretching out that inner thigh. Do what feels best for you here. You can also stay with me, just extending that leg up towards the sky. And then notice, this is an intense stretch. So notice where else in your body is your body holding into tension or holding into stress. You might start to feel little quivers in the back of your hamstring. It's normal. We're all tight in our hamstrings. So just breathe through it. Your hamstrings have relatively little blood supply compared to how big they are, so it takes a lot of time to stretch them out. Good. And then when you're ready, let's take that band off of that foot. Plant that leg down or extend that leg all the way out. Enjoy the length that you've just created on that side. And then let's take that opposite leg into that band, extend it up towards the ceiling. Again, you have free range here to do whatever stretch that you'd like or variation of the stretch that you'd like. So you can try changing the manipulation of that foot or the rotation of that leg. I'm trying to get into different areas of that hamstring, or thinking more about that IT band or inner thigh. Or maybe you just want to find a little bit of length in that entire hamstring as a whole, holding it through center, doing exactly what I'm doing. Good, one more time, big deep inhale. Nice big exhale. Awesome. From here, slowly take that band off of your foot and lengthen both of those legs as long as you can. Reach those arms up overhead. Big, deep, full body stretch here. Take a moment and just be so proud of yourselves. Turning on your cameras, making it through that class. Working out from home is never easy. And then hug those knees in towards your chest. Grab on behind the back of your hamstrings and rock and roll yourself into a seated position. You guys are done. Thank you so much for joining me today.